What's up, you guys? It is Mary back on my channel, you all. I know it has been a long time, almost 9 months since I last posted on here. A lot has been going on. Life has been lifing for sure, and I have so many updates for you guys. But I think the biggest update is that I am pregnant. Yes, I am pregnant. I am officially in my second trimester. But oh, really quickly, I just want to show you guys a little bump. It's not much of a bump, but it's something. But yes, this is my bump. This is the bump. Bunny bump, 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 bump. Yeah. But yes, baby is cooking. Baby is cooking. Yes, baby Phil Pod's coming, and I'm super excited. And yeah, I am pregnant. I'm sure you guys are like, pregnant? How? When did this all occur? So let me go back a little bit before I get into all the juicy details. But last time you guys heard from me, I was currently on a health journey to kind of lose weight because I was going to be going to Ghana to bury my grandmother, my mom's mom. And, that journey was really awesome. It was a journey where I was able to really heal and learn more about self-love and really just loving myself from the inside out without seeking outside validation. So I really did enjoy that journey. I was going to Ghana, and I did come back. But around that time, I did reconnect with a special somebody. And his name is Lance. He was my roommate. In college, I think between my junior and senior year, we were roommates, and we have actually known each other for a total of 5 years. So we actually started courting during that time. So I was actually starting to talk to him. We had kind of entered into a courtship and everything like that. And after Ghana, he actually flew me out to go to Ghana to see him in South Carolina to go to his brother's wedding. So from there, things moved quite swiftly. Next thing you know, I'm engaged. Next thing you know, we're getting married. Next thing you know, we're heading back to Tanzania to see my family. And next thing you know, my brother is getting married also. So it was a lot going on, actually. But it was all very beautiful, all very, very beautiful. We've known each other for 5 years. He always has been somebody that has very much been there for me, has been a great support, has been a great friend, has always cared for me. I've always cared for him. And we just have always had a really good relationship, a really great friendship. We can talk on the phone for 8 to 10 hours, no problem. We always just have had a very beautiful connection. But it was always platonic. There were feelings there that, both of us could tell on both sides, but, it never was the right time. But it ended up being the right time around the time that my grandma's funeral was happening. She had already been passed away for about a year at that time. And it was just kind of like grandma had brought my special person, like after so much sadness and heartbreak, there was so much happiness and joy, especially with me finding my soulmate and my brother also finding his soulmate. And it was really just a really, really beautiful time. And we were able to connect. We didn't date for a really long time because we have known each other for so long. And it was just like a lot of, pent up feelings. So we dated for, a month or so. And then next thing you know, I was flew out there, met his family, everything went very well. Our connection was strong because, it was very much a long distance relationship before we got together. And then it was like, okay, now we see that we're definitely connecting. Everything's good. It's not just some long distance thing or whatever, but it's just a really beautiful relationship where it's like, it was very much a friendship for a very long time, but then it blossomed and grew into a very beautiful, amazing love. And it just was really awesome because with him, I have always been able to feel safe. He's always been my safe space, and he has just always been someone that I can count on, and vice versa. And he's just an amazing person. So I was very super, super happy to go there, meet his family and everything. And shortly after, I don't even think I was there for more than a week, we got engaged. And then not too long after we got married, it was a small ceremony. It wasn't like a whole bunch of family was there. I think his mom was there, my mom was there. We had a nikah ceremony, technically, but my mom, she was not there. She was actually there via, what is it? Via Zoom. No, via FaceTime. And she actually officiated the ceremony for us. So it was really just a very small ceremony with just the four of us, and it was very intimate, very beautiful. So many things got done, and it was really done the way that we wanted it to be done. We are going to have a bigger wedding later on, maybe in a year and a half. But yeah, so we are married. We've been married for roughly, it's going to be about nine months coming up very shortly. So it has been a very beautiful journey. And also the great thing is that he actually took me right back home to go see my mom because, my mom, she had already knew that we were dating and stuff like that, and, she just kind of saw the love between us and everything. So we actually were kind of like, well, you never know what will happen when you go down there. So just be prepared, you know what I'm saying? So she loves him. She was able to, she's already met Lance. She's already knew about him. She knew that he was my roommate. They haven't met in person. They didn't meet in person until we came back to Tanzania. So that was really their first time like interacting and talking to each other and all that stuff like in person, because they have had conversations on the phone. But it was really awesome because it was like we were able to have family time. We were married for I think maybe 4 months, 4 to 7 months, 4 to 6 months I think, before we went back to Tanzania. And when we went to Tanzania, it was just a very warm welcome. Mom was there, Auntie Muna was there, my cousin Abigail was also there, and Rashid was there. He had found somebody that he had met in Tanzania. Rashid's my younger brother. He had met somebody in Tanzania that he actually met at a hair salon. Her mom and her owned the place, and they met in just kind of like, I think it was kind of love at first sight for him. He had gone through a very dark time, so he just did not believe that good women existed, but he was just very much in awe and so like very impressed by Felicita. And they ended up, dating for a little bit. He got engaged. He followed all the royal customs in Tanzania, engaged her, did the bride price. They also had a ceremony as well. So they had an engagement party, and then which I was not there for, which I was super sad about. But I understood it because I had gotten married and nobody was there. But I get it when you are in love and you have found your soulmate. Sometimes things just go very quickly, especially when things are right, when Allah is involved, and when you know that this is from God, and when you just know that and you just trust that feeling and you just go with it. Sometimes things just happen very quickly, and all you can hope and pray for is that you're around for when those things are happening. You know what I'm saying? So I was very understanding, and I was very happy for the both of them. But I was like, I need to be there for the wedding. Rashid was also very much like, I'm not getting married without my sister. So he also was very much like, I'm going to wait until my sister comes. And they got married July 11th, which is crazy because, in me and Lance's relationship, we have had a lot of 11-22 numbers. So those numbers are very important to us. We got married on 11/22/2025. Yeah. So that's when we got married, and that's when our baby was also conceived on the 11th. And our house is also 7-11. And Rashid got married 7-11. And then also our house in Tanzania is 11. It's number 11. So numbers 11 and 22 have just really been numbers that just signify to us that Allah is with us. So that's really why it just really felt all right. It's not just the numbers, but obviously it was a whole bunch of other things as well that made us just know that this was right. And that we had really found our persons, So it was really beautiful. I was able to attend the wedding. I was best woman for my brother, and he had a huge wedding. They had a really, really beautiful wedding in Tanzania, and her family really did their thing. They do a really cool thing in Tanzania where, like, basically they have the whole entire family, like the family comes together with all the men of the families, and they all collectively pay for the wedding. So it was awesome. Like, the financial burden is not strictly just on those parents, but it's for everybody else who's a part of that family. Mainly the men, I think. That was the tradition there. So it was really amazing to see that. So I think the wedding, like the huge wedding, which I will show some pictures of it here, it was for that whole entire wedding. It was not bad. Like a wedding like that in America probably would have cost you a solid 30,000, maybe 20, if I'm being generous. But it was probably half of 10,000. Like it was pretty amazing. Like, so I do love Tanzania for the affordability, okay? But it was awesome. It was really, really amazing. But while we were in Tanzania, I don't think we were even there for a week when we conceived our child. Which I don't know the gender of the baby. I do not take my blue blouse as me knowing the gender. I do not know the gender or anything at all. But I am officially in my second trimester, and as you guys know, I'm probably not like on the super health fitness journey anymore. What I am on is just staying healthy for the baby and, trying to stay healthy, stay strong, so I can have a nice, healthy, easy, smooth delivery with no issues, no problems, no worries or anything like that. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I will probably be posting maybe once a week from now on. At least it will either be on a Monday or a Friday, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, I am mainly just taking it easy. It has been awesome. We were in Tanzania for about 3 months, and then we came back down here to South Carolina. So I am back home with my amazing hubby, and it has been really awesome just being here in our little love nest, just me and him, before we go ahead and have a baby, which baby is due February 2026. So it is super exciting. This is gonna be my first child, and it's just really exciting for the two of us, for us both to be able to be having our first child together, and then also just being married, newlyweds and everything. So it's been exciting. We actually went to the doctors in Tanzania. The whole doctor visit in Tanzania was really awesome. The great thing about Tanzania is that the doctor's office, usually when you go, they have everybody there. They have a dental clinic there, they have the OBGYN, they have a primary care doctor, and it's all in the same facility. And like when you get your blood work, you get it done, you get the results done in like 5 minutes. They do everything there. It's very efficient. It gets everything well done. So I was super happy to be there. I was able to get all of my medication that I needed for my pregnancy, all my vitamins that I needed also. And I was able to be there with my mom. Like, I hate needles. So I think the hardest thing about this pregnancy is the fact that I have to be drawing blood so frequently. Like, no one tells you that you gotta draw blood frequently. I guess that's not something people really think about, but like, yeah. But mom was able to help me through that. Also hubby was there to help me through that, as well. But, it was just awesome because I was able to be surrounded by family, especially during my first trimester. And I would also be there to my mom could also be there. She was there when we found out and everything. So I was happy that I was able to be surrounded by my family and just be engulfed in that love and that support, especially during the first trimester where I really could not do anything. All I really could do was sleep and rest. I was not doing a lot of eating because it is kind of hard to eat, but it is a very beautiful thing. It is a really beautiful process being pregnant and like being able to bring a life into this world, and just knowing that like you're having this little baby, this little nugget come into the world with a person that you love the most. So it really has just been a beautiful, phenomenal time, and it just has been really peaceful. Lance is such an amazing support. He's so loving. Whenever I'm going through something hard, he's right there for me, giving me food, giving me a medication, rubbing my back, like giving me flowers, keeping me happy, help watching all my favorite shows, just being very loving and supportive. So it's just like going through this with him. It's just like, it's not too many worries. So I'm just happy that we were able to marry the right people, and I'm just happy that Allah brought us both together, because he just means the world to me, and I'm just so happy to have him in my life. And I'm happy that we're bringing our little beanstalk into the world. It is a very nervous time, but I know everything is going to be just fine, inshallah. So yeah, you guys, that's what has been going on with me. Like, a lot of stuff going on, traveling back and forth, Rashid's getting married, I got married. I know y'all are like, this girl has not been on here for a while. Well, now y'all know why. Okay? But I am going to be doing my best to post at least once a week. I might be doing some fitness, I might be doing some health videos, and I probably will be doing some fashion videos as well, where I'm doing, you know, my fashion videos where that's like sewing or like talking about fashions or talking about fashion shows or whatever the case may be. And then also I'll probably be doing some painting because I have gone to some new canvases. I brought back home a lot of my babies that I painted in Tanzania. I brought them back here, so I have a lot of my paintings with me. So I will probably be getting back into painting as well. So there'll be a lot of different things, you know. It's not going to be the same thing every single week, but it will be something at least once a week, you know. So I hope you guys enjoy this little update. But yes, baby Phil Pot is coming into the world February 2026. I am so excited to share this journey with you guys, and thank you guys so much for supporting me and still rocking with me, still being on this channel, everything, even though I have not been here for a while. But I love you guys so much. I appreciate you, and I just want to thank you guys for just being here and for watching this video. Thank you for staying till the end if you stayed till the end, and thank you for liking, and I pray that you guys will like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. But I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Oh, wow.
Is that the baby?
Oh, there he is.
Oh my god. Is that his head?
He's just sitting in there. Oh, my goodness.